So Charlie and I just want to take a minute and actually walk you through what happens inside of the next chapter, because I don't think a single caption can really capture it. So day one, we start with who you've become. We ground together, we drop into the body because there's so much wisdom in the body. And then Charlie and I will guide you through a real look at who you were, what drove you, what you valued across your relationships, your work, your home, and even the risks maybe that you did or maybe
Yeah.
didn't even take, right? So what usually happens is you start to see clearly what has quietly stopped working. And then we're going to also give you space to notice it in your own life. So after that, before we close day one, we're going to hold space for the grieving of it, because anytime we're letting go of a version of ourselves that was very real, right? It was very real. It was very lived. We don't want to rush past that, right? So that's day
Yeah.
one. Anything that comes to mind for you that you want to mention?
I think like just, grief, yeah, grieving the kind of the old you, but also the celebration of that person that was successful. And I know you are successful now as well, but this identity gave you the ability to be successful, to thrive. And just because that's not quite you anymore and you are stepping into your next chapter doesn't mean to say that, you can't celebrate who you were before.
Right.
So we'll have a celebration as well on day one.
Right. Oh, I love that. So important. It's so
Yeah.
important. Yay. Okay, so day two is taking inventory. So instead of searching outside of yourself for the next answer, we really slow down. And it's the opportunity to trust what you already know in your body. So we go over real values because they work here, not just naming values, actually asking, am I creating experiences that let this value live? Right? And our intention is that you leave day two with real clarity on what matters most to you right now, because our values are what are driving us in life.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And the thing is that our values can change. Absolutely. And there's a huge tie-in with values to our boundaries as well. So, the boundaries that we used to have, like when, we had all that success, like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, etc. Actually, some of those boundaries are not gonna be very potent for you anymore. You'll want to tighten your boundaries, or you want to only choose the most amazing people to work with. And yeah, those values and those boundaries are going to shift and change, and they're going to create your new identity.
And it's going to be so clear and evident because you will have just spent the day before being clear about the who you were before in the first act of your life, if you will, what you were creating from and the
Yeah.
values that are driving you then. And it's going to be the stark realization. And through each of these classes, you guys, we're also going to make sure that there's an embodiment piece, there's an action piece that you're actually integrating. It's not just talk. This is not just talking. It's so much more than that. So day three is where it all comes together. So we come back to, okay, what is it that we really desire, right? The one you've gotten clear, like you've gotten super clear, especially over the first 2 days. And then we take you through an embodiment of it where you actually feel what it's like to have it in your body and not just in your head. So you're living it. And so you're living it as that walking, breathing, speaking, sensing, beautiful, emoting person. And we also want to create for speaking it out loud, space for speaking it out loud. Because the moment that we use our voice and our voice says it, things just start to shift. And then we're going to guide you into what we call super subconscious. And this is where it's about stepping fully into your next timeline. And Charlie, I want you to talk about that, because I know it's not just about imagining who you're becoming. You're actually living
Mhm.
into her or him before you've built a single piece from in the outside world. So what do you want to share about the super subconscious?
Yeah, gosh. I mean, this is going to be the most powerful thing, and I think this is what you probably will not experience in any other kind of like goal setting, sort of like business or even personal, sort of expansion workshop or whatever you want to call it, because this super subconscious is a practice where I will lead you into the quantum field. You will meet your higher self. And once we have really solidified this amazing intention and, you're really feeling cool to just go for it because you said it out loud and everybody's heard you and witnessed you and celebrated you for that amazing intention, we're actually going to find through the quantum field, we're going to find the blocks, the potential block that may, you know, sort of like hold you back a little bit with this new intention. You're going to meet yourself where you're at. You're going to meet your higher self, and you're just going to get messages that will really propel you forward from this. And this, my friends, is going to be the most powerful part of the whole journey, day 3.
And I completely concur, because this is, I've done this with her, I've experienced before, and what I love too about it, this is not attempting to do it from your personal thinking. This is moving way beyond, because you only know what you know, right? So when we move way beyond that, we're pulling in and reaching in from all these other aspects of ourselves that are guiding us through it. And it's almost like when you just know it, it just is going to land so deeply in every little nook and cranny of you, and it's just this full embodiment of, yes, this is my yes. And so it's really important to know this isn't a weekend of just information. It's 3 days of becoming really honest with yourself in community, being witnessed, being held, being seen, being heard, being, you know, supported through the whole thing, being celebrated, right? And then we offer real tools to bring it into your actual life.
Yeah, love it. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And
Amazing.
I think that those of you who choose to join us, I think that this is going to be just the most amazing thing to step into Leo season with as well.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially with all of the potent energies of the astrology, which is occurring right now, because there is momentum to say yes to something big. And once Mercury goes direct, which is on right around that time, I can't remember the exact date. I want to say it's the 23rd. I mean, that's powerful. And so remember, the next chapter begins the 22nd. The second day, day 2 is 23rd. Day 3 is the 24th. And we have, the pricing is $111 up until the 19th. And then it's going to go up to $222. So make sure you get your seat locked and loaded and come on in and get all the information. If you have any questions, just reach out to us and we'll get back to you.
Amazing. See you there.
See you there.